Frank boxed his ears, knuckle-punched him in the eye, and chopped him across the throat. That left first man on his feet, screaming, clutching a broken arm to his chest. Frank kicked him in the balls with a short, snapping toe kick, then slap-turned him and locked a muscular arm around the man's throat as Frank plucked the pistol from his shoulder holster. He raised the gun, a Glock 26, and began to turn in a quick circle, gun pointing in sync with his sharp eyes as he looked for more attackers. He saw a fourth man getting out of a parked white van, a strange-looking pistol in his hand, some kind of dart gun. Frank fired 2 shots at him, but the man ducked down and back. A car came screaming down the street, and even before it smoked to a stop, Frank saw doors open and more men pour out. Too many to fight. Too many guns. He fired a couple of shots to buy a moment, then whirled and ran. They gave chase, but this was his town, his neighborhood. He ran faster than any of them, cutting down back alleys, through yards, making maximum use of cover. His house was close, and there were no strange cars, no strange people to be seen. Frank sprinted across the lawn, jumped up the porch steps, banged through the door. "Angie!" he roared. "Call 911!" And then he jolted to a stop as if he'd hit a wall of black ice. Angie was right there, seated on a kitchen chair that had been positioned in the middle of the living room. A woman, young and blonde, stood behind her. She held a pistol to Angie's head. A man, also blonde and very tan, was beside her. One of his wiry arms was around Chelsea's throat, and he had a pistol in his hand. The barrel was pointed at Frank. "Well," said the blonde man with a charming smile, "aren't you impressive as all get out?" The woman pressed the barrel hard into Angie's temple. "Drop the gun, Rambo. Do it now. You might take one of us, but the other is going to kill someone you love, and I bet we could get them both. Want to find out?" Frank had no play at all here. He'd been in standoffs before, but never like this. Never with his family. Angie and Chelsea stared at him with a mute terror that threatened to cut his leg tendons and drop him to his knees. It was a level of fear that was totally self-aware and totally accepting that their death was in the room with them. The Glock fell to the floor. The 2 blondes smiled like happy kids. "The sad part about all of this," said the man, "is that we had high hopes for you. You'd have been the perfect guy to run our little team, but we're operating on a kind of zero-tolerance policy." "And you fucked it all up," said the woman with affected petulance. "Dumbass." "Not that you aren't still useful to us," said the man. The woman chuckled. It was an ugly sound. "You get to be a great sales tool for us," the man said. "Don't you think so, Eve?" "Oh, absolutely, Adam." They grinned at each other. They grinned at Frank. They seemed so happy. "I'll get the video camera." Chapter 38. Over Turkish airspace. "Mr. Church says no," I replied. "We did not do this." Bunny pointed to his laptop screen. "Yeah, I heard you, boss, but that says different." "Bachamakulu," said Andrea under his breath. "Kiss my ass." "What he said," agreed Bunny. "How sure is the big man?" asked Top. "Last I remember, we fell off the Christmas card list of everybody in Washington." "You know the boss, Top," I said. "Mr. Church has friends everywhere, and a lot of them are deep inside the intelligence communities and the military. If we were responsible for this, then somebody on his Christmas list would know." "I hope you're right, boss," said Bunny, "'cause this looks a whole lot like an actual act of war." "Pretty damn sure that's exactly what someone wants everyone to think," I said. "Whoever our bad guys are, they went to great lengths to sell this. Bug's team is running voice recognition, and so far they have determined that the two American voices aren't foreign nationals faking accents. Bug is sure these are Yanks, but that doesn't mean anything. They could be ex-military. As for getting the right weapons and equipment, I can point you to a dozen black market